RYDM, so dramatic intro aside with the lights shining on my face, and I'm going to do an introduction of Apple's newest products and stuff like that. Well, that's not really a dramatic intro. Let's just get into the video straight away, shall we? Hello, my name is Michael, so welcome back to the channel. I haven't been posting for 6 weeks, but today I'm going to do a little bit of like reaction and my opinions on the new Apple products itself that Apple launched on their April event. So they basically dropped a bunch of new products, including the new iMac, there's the new M1 iPad Pros, there's the long-awaited AirTags, and the iPhone 12 in purple, and the new Apple TV, and some other stuff. I know it's a little bit late for me to cover the event. It's going to be like 2 weeks already, so better late than never. So let's get started with the iMac itself. So the new iMac actually comes in 7 different colors with the ultra thin side profile. It looks pretty cool actually from the side, and from the front, well, I'm not really fond of it, but I do know that this 24-inch iMac is not targeted at someone like me that wanted something like a Pro Display XDR looking iMac. This one is more aimed towards the offices and the schools and families that want a colorful and vibrant iMac to be situated in their home or in their workplace or studying area. And yeah, right now all the new 24-inch iMac is powered by the new M1 chip. We all know how great the performance, and it comes in 7 different colors, so there's many colors to choose from. The standard model actually has 256 GB of storage, 8 GB of RAM, as mentioned, the 24-inch Retina 4.5K display, which I think it's going to look amazing considering how good of a display that the previous generation 21.5-inch Retina 4K iMac. And there's 2 Thunderbolt ports, which I feel like for computer, come on Apple, just give us a lot more ports. Not just 2 Thunderbolt ports and a headphone jack to the side, come on please. If you want more ports, definitely it's more recommendable to step up to the higher configuration, the 6,449 ringgit configuration with 2 more additional USB-C 3.0 ports, as well as a Gigabit Ethernet port if you want to plug in wired internet for low latency directly straight into the included power brick. So that's about it for the 24-inch iMac. An updated design, M1 chip inside there. Oh, and there's also the 1080p FaceTime camera if you do a lot of video conferencing and stuff like that. And the 24-inch iMac, it's not for me, but for majority of people that is considering this as their new computer, they will definitely enjoy it with a ton of different color options available. So prices for the 24-inch iMac starts from 5,599 ringgit, and there are different options, but the one I personally recommend at least is the 6,449 version. So you get 2 more additional ports as mentioned and the Gigabit port, and you also get Touch ID on the Magic Keyboard and 3 more extra color options, which for the base model you only get 4. So if you don't like blue, green or pink or silver, there's extra options for the high-end models, and 1 extra core for the GPU. Not like it makes a worldly difference, but I feel like that's the one you should get. That's the one that's better bang for the buck, and that's the 24-inch iMac itself. Next up, let's talk about the new iPad Pro. So like the dramatic advertisements that Apple put out in their events or on YouTube, the new iPad Pros feature the M1 chip. Yes, the same exact chip that you see in the 24-inch iMac. Sounds amazing and sounds cool, right? I mean, like the iPad Pro hasn't really suffered a lot of performance issues already, so I think that bringing the M1 chip basically just like future-proofs the iPad even more. But there are more changes to the iPad Pro internally. So there's Thunderbolt right now with iPad Pro. So you can connect Thunderbolt accessories and Thunderbolt docks to the iPad Pro, making it a lot more capable and a lot more kind of like pro. Yeah, so a lot of pro users, they can take advantage of that new speed that's enabled on the iPad Pro itself. I mean, like the new Microsoft Surface Laptop 4 doesn't even have Thunderbolt. What's wrong with you, Michael? So there's also the features called Center Stage, which uses the new 12 megapixel ultra wide true depth camera that aligns your face to the center of the frame in a video conference or FaceTime call like that. I think that's pretty cool also. And there's also the new white magic keyboard. If you like it in white, I think it's going to get dirty quite easily. And that's the iPad Pro, basically extending the lead of being the tablet industry leader. And right now you also get additional higher storage configuration. So the iPad Pro basically goes up to 2 terabytes of storage. Who needs 2 terabytes of storage? Oh, I forget one more thing, and that's the highlighting feature for the larger 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which is the liquid Retina XDR display, which is pretty insane considering it's using the same technology and having the same specs as the 26,000 ringgit Pro Display XDR, having that kind of display, having that kind of dynamic range as well as that kind of peak brightness. It's basically insane, and it's only exclusively for the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. That might suggest the price hike for the iPad Pro. So yeah, the iPad Pro starts at 3,499 ringgit for the 128GB model, the 11-inch one, and the 12.9-inch is 4,799 ringgit, which is actually 400 ringgit extra compared to the previous generation model. And you can go all the way up to 10,000 ringgit for a freaking iPad with cellular. I mean, like, wow. You can basically purchase a used car with this. Holy crap. And there's also the new AirTag. So basically that's Apple's tracking device that you can basically put it on your keys, on your wallet, on your bag, stuff like that. So in case if you lose it, you can find it, or if you misplace it somewhere, you can basically use your iPhone, iOS device, and basically follow the directions, kind of like turn-by-turn navigation to find your device using the U1 ultra wideband chip, and it works pretty well as seen in the commercials and according to like other tech YouTubers reviews. It works pretty well. It connects into the Find My network, and it connects just like AirPods. If you have an iPhone or an iOS device, I think it's a pretty good option to put it on your wallet in case of if you lose it. And it's 149 ringgit a pop. It doesn't sell in the 4-pack in Malaysia due to some regulations and stuff like that. And you definitely need to get those like holder accessories from either Apple or third-party providers itself, because there's nothing for it to stick to, and there's no hole that you can basically pull up an old keychain and round it through. So you need to purchase some accessories, and there's this freaking expensive Hermes one that really. So that's basically it about the Apple event itself. So they dropped quite a few amount of things, including some new accessories for the spring theme stuff like that, and there's also other things that are not available in Malaysia like Apple Card Family, but I'm not going to touch about that because you're not going to have it in Malaysia, right? So yeah, that's about it for Apple's April event. I'm definitely sorry to cover the event a little bit later than other people when they already have the device itself to get them in testing. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.